Konnichiwa! Nintendo have finally dropped some more NES and SNES games for their back catalogue, and so for today's show, I thought we'd check these out. My name's Mike, this is the Retro Gamer Boy Show. Let's get into this. So we finally got 4 new games for our SNES and NES collection. 1 NES and 3 SNES games. On the NES, we got Rygar. Now, Rygar I've played before and absolutely loved this game when it first came out, so I'm looking forward to playing that again. There's Operation Logic Bomb. I've never heard of this game on the Super Nintendo. There's Wild Guns, and I absolutely loved this game when it first came out. It was so similar to Sunset Riders. Now, Sunset Riders is a game that I absolutely spent all my money in the arcades on, and so getting Wild Guns in the home was brilliant. And of course later on I picked up Sunset Riders on my console as well. And then lastly there's a game called Panel de Pont. Now I've never played this before. It looks a bit like a Tetris game. In fact I think it got a US release and it was called Tetris Attack then, but we'll have a go at that as well and see what that was like. I've armed myself with my trusty 8-bit duo SF30 and it's time we get into the games. Rygar was such a great game back in the day. I loved the platform action. It had that kind of Castlevania vibe to it as well. And I think it may have even been an arcade game. Obviously, I've not lost my skill at all. I'm dead. Graphics in this as well was so brilliant. The character animation is awesome. So many frames of animation in there. And I was mainly a Master System gamer in the day, but my brother had the Nintendo Entertainment System. The thing that really wowed me the most was the sunset in the background. I thought it was almost like a wow, photorealistic graphics. Dead. Okay, so that's Rygar. It is, apart from my terrible game skills there, it is a brilliant game and definitely worth checking out if you've got the online membership for your Nintendo Switch. I've been putting in a ton of time into Breath of Fire 2 and Super Metroid lately, but now we've got Wild Guns. I think that's what I'm going to be playing a lot more of. But before we jump into Wild Guns, which I think is probably going to be the best game, let's check out Operation Logic Bomb. I don't know why, but it reminds me a little bit of eSWAT, and I don't think eSWAT starts off like this, or maybe it does. Does eSWAT start off with this? I'm sure eSWAT starts off with something kind of similar to it. overall, quite fun. Kind of wish I had a strafe button here to attack. Maybe shoot could have been on one of the shoulder buttons, and then I would be able to strafe around. Now, I might be spoiled here because I'm playing with actually one of the sticks rather than the D-pad. And I think actually playing on a D-pad feels more natural rather than playing on a stick. As soon as you play it on the thumbstick, you definitely want to have that second thumbstick as shoot. So it feels like a pretty decent game. I probably won't go back to it again, but you never know. Panel de Pont. Now, I've never heard of this game before. By the looks of it, it only got a Japanese release, although I did hear that Tetris Attack is perhaps a reskinned version of this game. Looking at the front cover though, it definitely looks like a columns game or maybe a Super Street Puzzle Fighter game. But let's jump into this and check out what it's like. What we got here? 1 player, 2 player, Japanese. Anyone speak Japanese? Right, let's do 1 player. Oh dear, what is... Oh, come on Nintendo, you could have translated this for me. Pink? Let's go 30. I'm feeling adventurous. So 30 was obviously a massive mistake. We'll just whack this down to 0 and then we'll play some more Panel de Pont. That was surprisingly good actually. I'd say it's more like Columns or Super Puzzle Fighter than Tetris. I can see the kind of Tetris link there. But yeah, that's a lot of fun, definitely worth playing. And I think if you had that in 2-player mode, that's going to be awesome. Finally, we have Wild Guns. And this is the game that I'm looking forward to. This, I think, is the gem in this selection that Nintendo have recently released. If you love Sunset Riders, you're gonna absolutely love Wild Guns. Let's check this out. I really enjoy the world they've created here. You've got this Western setting, but they've mixed it up with mechs and robots as well, which is really cool. quick look at some of the latest games to come out for the Nintendo Switch's SNES and NES catalogue. It's been a long time coming and I kind of wish there was a couple of other big hitters in there, but I'm really happy with Wild Guns and really surprised by Panel de Pom. If you're new to the channel, if this is your first time here, well, we do retro gaming videos every single week. And if you'd like to see more, you can subscribe by clicking on my little pixel head below. And we put out videos every week. And so that you never miss a show, you can click on the bell, which is somewhere down here, and you'll get notified every time we've got a retro gaming show for you. Now, if a week is too long for you to wait, then you can check out this huge back catalogue of retro gamer videos, 2 of which you can find over here.